little test right there. Um, so this is just a video I don't know. It's like after the Super Bowl last night, I just kept thinking about all those AI ads and all the really just like that horrible Dunkin' Donuts one. It was just awful, and it just felt like someone who wasn't actually in the 90s but just watched a bunch of AI videos generated on TikTok. So, like, I actually came up with a whole bunch of stuff to talk about. It's more of a rant, but it's all I put it in a notebook. So if you notice me looking down this way, that's because I am looking down that way. It's just something so weird about those videos. Like there's something so phony about like the Dunkin' Donuts, like a '90s sitcom ad that doesn't resemble any '90s sitcoms I actually remember watching. I mean, I was there. I was a kid. I was a kid. It's like no, it's just so much '90s nostalgia that just it's like all crappy resolution deliberately and bright jackets and all that. I don't remember that. I remember a bunch of different stuff. I mean, like I said, I was a kid, so it's like it was more cartoons that I remember, like the one episode of the Magic School Bus where the nerdy kid takes off his helmet on the moon for some reason, like to prove a point, and then his head freezes over. That was scary. There was the let's see. Uh, we had the big CRT TVs. Those big boxy bastards that were just so that's what we had. But it was neat at the time. It was neat not to have a giant. Yeah, putting on conditioner and my hair still so lifeless. Anyway, it's like the I don't know. It's like the '90s. The '90s from all that AI stuff just isn't the one that I remember. It's like I remember Fox Family Channel and playing flash games on the school computer labs when I was in like fourth grade. It was uh, it was stuff like getting VHSs at Toys R Us and the amazement that a PS2 was even like they had a separate video game section at that store too. And also the like shows like Doug, which was so weird because he was like the only one with actual human skin tone. So I don't know if they just did that on purpose or what. It's so weird. I remember the crappy live action shows on the kids blocks, like one that was like Luchadors or something, and another that was like the Power Rangers with Trident, King Poseidon or whatever, finding out his trident's been stolen, and 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 I remember stuff like Bill Watterson in the Calvin and Hobbes 10th anniversary book calling all comic books stupid because of the art of people like Rob Liefeld. And I remember people back then thought that the boy bands and Spice Girls and Fred Durst and all of them were cringes all heck too. So it's not like when you have II and they're just hold on. Let's see. I remember the '90s where it's like where the only time when you only had time you could watch The Simpsons was if you had a VHS or on the local reruns at 6 on Fox 11. And if you missed one, you were pretty much SOL. It took me like years before I finally saw Bart Zinner's Child from season 5. just, and it was so lucky when we got the DVDs. Really, it's like you can watch them anytime. That was incredible. And I didn't know who O.J. Simpson was until years after the trial. I just knew he was a famous murderer, so I don't know. I mean, we had time for kids. The little 2-page version of Time with like things like an illustrated pollution spiral. Forget who illustrated that. Rick Gary, maybe? I don't know. And it's like I'm not sure why I'm bringing all this up. I guess because it's like it's like there was bad stuff too. Like I knew some people who had kids who were like who had like so many toys, like WWF figures and Nintendo 64s and such, before I even had a PS2. But they had terrible family lives, and I don't know why I'm exactly ranting about this. I guess something just about the phoniness, about the AI ads last night. It's not. It's like a fake history. It's like a fake. It's all fake. It's all bright jackets and these and something about that just irritates me. Something about it does. It just and I just really. I wonder if this is how people back in the 1970s reacted when they watched Happy Days for the first time because they lived during the 50s. I'm just so sick of the phoniness. I'm sick of the phoniness of nostalgia that's used by these big types. I do feel like there's some kinds of nostalgia that do work, like remembering when I was dressed as a Power Ranger when I was 5. I was the Mastodon Ranger for Halloween. Like stuff like that. That's real. I don't know. I just needed to say this all out loud.